Hello everyone. So today we'll be discussing K-Medoids clustering. All of us have studied K-means clustering, and K-means clustering does have some advantages over hierarchical clustering. For example, it is computationally less taxing, less intensive. In hierarchical clustering you need big n cross n matrices, then the order of matrices goes on decreasing, but it decreases very slowly. So next matrix is n minus 1 cross n minus 1, etc. Okay. However, in K-means clustering you don't need these big matrices, and hence computationally we know K-means clustering is much more easier. However, K-means clustering also has some drawbacks. For example, it is not robust to outliers. Okay. This I would say is not actually a problem with the clustering algorithm, but with the mean part of it, right? So because we are computing means, and we know that means are not robust to outliers, as a result the clustering algorithm is also not robust to outliers. It's very sensitive. Secondly, if you want to carry out K-means clustering, then you need actual data. What do I mean by that? You might recall that in hierarchical clustering, you can carry out hierarchical clustering even if you don't have actual data, even if you just have the distance matrix, right? However, in K-means clustering, because after every stage you are going to compute mean of the observations in that particular group, you need the actual data to compute mean. Okay, so that is another disadvantage, and as a result of this, side effect of this is it cannot be used for categorical data, because you cannot compute mean for categorical data. It cannot be directly used for categorical data. Okay, so these are some of the disadvantages of K-means clustering. Hence, to overcome those, people came up with K-Medoids clustering. So let me first write down the algorithm and then we'll discuss how it works. Okay, so algorithm for K-Medoids clustering. Just like K-means, initially the first step is we have to fix K, how many groups we want. Okay, now what are Medoids? Medoids are again like seeds. The only difference is Medoids have to be part of the data, whereas in K-means our means or seeds need not be part of data. Let me try to explain with a graph. So for example, I have bivariate data which I am trying to cluster via K-means clustering. Okay, so this is the bivariate data set, suppose. Now when I want to cluster this and I want to take seeds, I have to take, let's say I have to carry out 3 means clustering. Then we generally take 3 points which are somewhere in the range of data. Okay, for example, these red points. Those points can either be actual data points like one of these blue points, or they can simply be in that range but not necessarily one of the blue points. Okay, so seeds need not actually be part of data. Seeds have to be just in the range of data, and that too roughly. So even if you have something which is slightly outside, it is fine. Okay, it still can work up to some extent, at least initially. However, in K-Medoids, what we are going to have, in K-Medoids, we are going to have Medoids as actual observations. Okay, so choose K observations as K-Medoids. Okay, choose K observations as K-Medoids. So this step is like K-means, but instead of choosing anything arbitrary, we are choosing observations. So let me say this is my first Medoid, this observation. Suppose this is my second Medoid, this is my third Medoid, this observation. So now that I have chosen Medoids, The next step is obvious, like k-means. What I'll do is, I'll compute distance of every observation from this medoid, and then I'll assign the observations in such a way that those which are closest to this medoid, they get in this group. Which are closest to this medoid, they get in this group. Others get in this group. Okay. So, compute distance of every observation from every medoid. Compute distance of every observation from every medoid. Assign each observation to the closest medoid. Okay. So assign every observation to that medoid to which it is closest. Correct? This is a natural step once we know the k-means algorithm. Now, the part where things are different. So in k-means, what we do after this step is, so now that everything is assigned, we compute mean of each group and treat those as new seeds and then repeat the procedure. So here what we have to do, we have to of course revise medoids, but then we have to make sure that we choose again the medoids as observations. Okay, we can't have anything outside the observation set. Okay, so how would we do that? So that is important part. So after getting this, we compute something called as error. So now we compute error for each group with respect to all the observations. What do I mean by that? For example, for first group, I define a quantity E1 yi as error of first group computed with respect to ith observation. So what is this? This is sum over j going from 1 to 6. Okay, now k shouldn't be used. K is reserved. J going from 1 to say n1 if n1 observations are in first group. Distance between yi comma say jth member of first group. So let me call it as mj1. Okay, jth member of first group. So basically you are taking yi's only, but which yi's? You are taking those observations which are in the first group. Okay, and then you are taking sum over distances. Because we are taking sum over distances, we don't need actual observations. We just need distances. So even if you have categorical data, as long as you can compute distance, you are fine. Okay. So what I am doing is, for every yi, I will compute distance between yi and other observations, and I'll add those distances for every group. Okay, so this is error for first group. Same thing we have to do for error for second group, third group, and so on. Okay, and then for every group, revise the medoid based on these errors. Means what? Revise the medoid in the following manner. Let us explain. Revise the medoid in the following manner. So how do I do that? So if the error for the first group if the error for the first group is lowest with respect to, say, y j naught or y I naught, you can call anything, y I naught, then I naught is the new y I naught is the new medoid for the first group. I naught is the new medoid for the first group, and of course we have to do it for every group, all k groups I mean. Okay, if the error for the first group is is lowest with respect to ith observation, then that observation becomes the new medoid for the first group. Okay, and once you get all the new medoids, you have to repeat the procedure. So again you have to compute distance of every observation from every medoid. So you have to repeat steps 3 to 6 till you get exactly same medoids in 2 consecutive steps. So repeat steps 3 to 6 till we get exactly same medoids in 2 consecutive steps. Same medoids in 2 consecutive steps. Okay. Now here in sixth step we are saying that we have to compute distance of we have to compute error with respect to every observation. We didn't say with respect to only those observations which belong to that particular group. So ideally it should be computed with respect to every observation. However, it has been established via this PAM algorithm. PAM means partitioning around medoids. So this PAM algorithm has established that it is enough to compute error around only the observations belonging to that group. That is minimum over that group is same as minimum over entire data. Okay, so PAM algorithm states that it is enough to compute medoids. It is enough to compute error around observations belonging to that particular cluster. It is enough to compute errors with respect to observations belonging to that particular cluster. Okay, so let us now discuss the steps. Do they make sense? So you choose medoids, you assign observations to closest medoid. Up to that it makes sense. And now this minimizing error is kind of like computing mean, because mean is also a sort of minimizer for error. So if you compute mean square error, then mean gives you the point around which mean square error is less. And so that error is defined in terms of distance. Because it is defined in terms of distance, I won't need actual observations. Okay, let us try to take an example so that it would be easier to understand. Okay, So if this so let me take again example of fruits which we used to take in cluster analysis class. So let me have 6 fruits, for example apple, then banana, chiku, jackfruit, mango and grapes. Okay, we are recording color of the fruit, then we are recording size means whether it is large, small or medium, then shape of the fruit, is it round or oval, and number of seeds. So number of seeds can be 1, 0 or many. Okay. So for apple, color is red, size is medium, shape is let's say round, and number of seeds is many. Okay. Then for banana, color is yellow, size is medium, shape is cylindrical actually, and number of seeds will take as 0. For chiku, color is brown, size is medium, shape is oval, and number of seeds is again many. For jackfruit, color is green, size is big, shape is oval, and number of seeds is again many. For mangoes, color is yellow, size is medium, shape is oval, and number of seeds is single. You have only one seed. So grapes, color is green, we are taking green grapes, then size is small, shape is again oval, and number of seeds we will take 0. Okay, seedless grapes. So this is my data. First I have to compute distance matrix, because here you have to remember at every step I am going to need distances between pairs of observations. So we will take binary type of distance. So for example, for jackfruit and mango, this doesn't match, this doesn't, first variable doesn't match, second variable doesn't match, third variable matches, fourth variable doesn't match. So out of 4, only one variable matches. So distance is 3. Okay. So in this manner, we will compute distance matrix D. So I have A, B, C, J, M, G, and then A, B, C, J, M, G. Okay. Of course, like every distance matrix, the diagonal entries are going to be 0. Distance between apple and banana, if we compute this way, it turns out to be 3. This turns out to be 2, 3, 3, 4. I've already done the calculations. You can verify. If there is any mistake, you can let me know. 3, 4, 2, 3, then 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, and 3. Okay, these are the values. Now we have to start with some arbitrary medoids. So let me take first medoid as a apple, because now we know that medoids have to be from observations, and second medoid as a grape. Okay. So we have to compute distance of every observation from each medoid. So distance from first medoid, let it be computed here, and distance from second medoid. Okay. And every observation. So apple, banana, chiku, jackfruit, mango, grape. Of course, distance of apple from first medoid is 0 and distance of grape from second medoid is 0. Now distance of apple from banana. So if you if you see apple and banana, the distance is 3, correct? So distance between apple and banana is 3. Similarly, distance between chiku and apple is 2. Then distance between jackfruit and apple is 3, 3, 4. So these are the distances. We can just write. So 3, 3, 4. And distances from grape. So we have entire thing over here. We have just this row. So 4, 3, 3, 2, 3, 0. So for apple, of course it is closest to first group. Banana, it is equally close to both. So let me put it here. Chiku is closest here. Jackfruit is closest to this. Mango is closest to both. Let me put it here. Grape is of course closest here. So in every column I am taking minimum. You can write it like k-means so that you know columns are groups and rows are observations. Okay, so now my first clusters are C1 equal to apple, banana, chiku, and C2 equal to jackfruit, mango, and grapes. Okay. So we have two groups. Now we have to revise the medoids. So what we have to do is, for every cluster I have to choose a new medoid. For that I have to compute error of every cluster with respect to each medoid. Okay. So error error of first cluster with respect to say apple as a medoid would be, again distance between apple and banana is, so it would be distance between apple and banana plus distance between apple and chiku. This is the formula. So it will be 3 plus 2, that is 5. Error of first cluster with respect to banana would be, of course I don't have to take distance with respect to banana itself. So distance between apple banana and chiku banana. So apple banana we know is 3 and chiku banana is again 3. Okay. So it is 3 plus 3, which is 6. And error of first cluster with respect to chiku would be distance of apple chiku plus banana chiku. So apple chiku is 2, banana chiku is 3. So total distance is 5. Okay. So for first group, apple and chiku are giving me equal partition. So I can either retain apple or go with chiku. So we would retain apple. So for first medoid, I am still having apple. Now we have to compute for second group. Okay. So error of second group with respect to A. Sorry, not apple. Now I have to take members of second group. So jackfruit, mango, and grape. So error with respect to jackfruit. So this would be distance between jackfruit and mango plus distance between jackfruit and grape. So jackfruit and mango, jackfruit and grape. So jackfruit mango is 3, jackfruit grape is 2. So it becomes 3 plus 2, that is 5 again. Okay. Then error of second group with respect to mango. So it becomes distance between jackfruit mango plus distance between grape and mango. So jackfruit mango we know is 3 and grape and mango would be 3 again. Okay, grape and mango is also 3. So this is 6. And now we have to compute error of the second group with respect to grape. So it would be distance between grape and jackfruit plus distance between mango and jackfruit. So grape and jackfruit is 2, mango and jackfruit is 3, so this is 5. So again I have two choices. I can either retain grape or go with jackfruit. If I retain grape, then basically I have retained both the earlier medoids, so my medoids have not changed. So now even if I move ahead and do the same analysis again, my clusters are going to remain the same. So the algorithm has converged. Okay, is it okay? So this is K-medoids clustering, which depends on just the medoids as seeds. Otherwise, most of the basics of the algorithm are similar to K-means cluster analysis. So let me stop here. Thank you.